Hello and welcome to another episode of Good Brews Bad Views. I am your host, Max Nestorowicz, and as always, joined by my co-hosts, Ryan Everhart.
Hello.
And James Thorpe II.
Yeah.
Hi.
So
meaning
we
that
are
he's
here
a clone
for
and
our-
we've killed the first.
Yes, yeah. We are here for another Christmas edition of Good Brews Bad Views.
You're welcome.
So for today, we are watching Jingle All the Way.
You pronouncing it wrong. It's Jingle All the Way! That's how Arnold would say it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay. Yeah, from
moving on down the line
from
there.
1996, starring one Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Phil Hartman, Rita Wilson, Jake Lloyd, and James Belushi, as the credits have him listed.
Yeah, before he was Jim.
Yep, before he was Jim.
He hasn't evolved yet like a Pokemon.
No. James Belushi evolving into Jim.
As a James, I evolved into a Jim. My dad was Jim,
Okay.
and then I evolved into a Jim at work.
Really?
Yeah, there are more Jameses at work than I normally were around. And even though they go by Jim, they also call me Jim. All the Jameses call each other Jim for whatever reason.
Huh.
It's like a secret
Gym code?
secret Jim code.
Secret gym code.
Hey,
Okay.
Jim.
Get your Jim badges for
Jim.
making fun of Pokemon.
Okay. Okay. Well, we are watching this movie on Amazon. If this is your first time on the podcast, welcome, and I don't know why you're here. If this is your return time, thank God that you made it through the Star Wars holiday special with us.
Well, yes. Holy hell.
Yep. And
I gotta go.
welcome
That just
back.
made me nauseous. I
I
gotta go.
forgot about that episode, Max.
Yeah. It felt like forever ago. It was last weekend.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
brutal.
Lord.
Yep. But yeah. So we're watching something a lot more palatable this time.
Magnitude's more palatable.
Yes.
Yep. We're about 18 seconds in on Amazon. We're paused at the 20th Century Fox logo. And anything to add, you guys, before we get onto this thing?
No? All right.
No, before we start, I will say that I don't.
No, Mr. Shot, let's go.
Go ahead.
All right.
We can start. We can
No, it's fine.
do it while we're doing this.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
I did not remember Sinbad being maniacal as he is. I remembered this being more of like a, hey, the one side's like I was going to call him Conan. One side is Arnold Schwarzenegger and the other side's Sinbad, and like they're two dads just trying to do
Right.
the right
Dadding
thing.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually something I wanted to talk about too.
And it's not at all.
No.
Yeah. I will admit, I haven't watched this in a long, long time. And we'll get into some of the jokes and such that, there's stuff for adults in this.
Oh yeah,
whatever,
no.
so.
I mean, that was my thing. Is I haven't watched this since probably when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's been a long
as a
time.
kid, I remembered it as like the two dads thing.
Like, oh, yeah,
and
they're-
it's not at all.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and there's some subtle things that we'll pick up on as we get into it, but I think let's get into
All right,
watching
yeah,
the
let's-
actual movie
let's-
before we
let's
start
get the
talking
wheels
about these
moving here.
things. Yeah.
All right, so if you're watching at home, press play now.
Yep. So James, you were just saying that you remember watching this movie as a kid. Ryan, did you also watch this as a kid?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it on VHS for presumably Christmas one year, or maybe around the Christmas time. So.
Yeah, VHS releases used to be a lot more delayed than they are
Yes. Yeah. Yep. But that's probably just the evolving nature of media.
All right.
now. So this is a product of the time that it's in, because this is clearly a Power Rangers homage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If anything, I think this may have come out a couple years too late.
The movie?
Because I think by this time, Power Rangers was already in its like second or third little iteration. So, or maybe that's because I was maybe a little bit too old when I first saw it. Maybe when I was like 8 or 9. So by that point, I kind of had like started outgrowing Power Rangers a little bit.
Mhm.
But-
Yeah, I maybe from a theme perspective, I don't think that the being too late for Power Rangers is the major fault of this movie.
No. But just like how this opening is shot.
Right.
Yeah,
And the guy who plays Turbo Man looks a little bit like Bruce Campbell.
It does, yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
I do like the brain design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Insano or whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah, the suit's a good design. Oh, Jake Lloyd, you
Little
now
Annie.
look like a guy who sells kids shitty weed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his current photo on IMDb is not doing him any favors.
No, it's not very good.
Do you think he's turning into John Leguizamo based off that photo?
I mean, like style wise, yeah, but his face doesn't look like him to me.
Yeah.
That
Booster.
Booster, who's wearing apparently a gold lame thong,
Right.
by the way.
Ugh.
That's Rita Wilson there. I think she does a fine job when
Yeah,
in her
Yeah.
role. There's a lot of
His disappointed mom.
yes. There's a lot of subtle adult facial expressions or just expressions in general that you really overlook as a kid.
I like this poll because like she's like, "Oh, Dad's not home yet," and they cut to here, and you think that he's off like being
Yeah,
a jerk
being-
and schmoozing
yeah,
at this party,
yeah.
but it's not. He's
just working.
just still working.
yeah.
Yeah, which you don't. I wish there was maybe a little bit more of work into this, just to be like someone he works with, or maybe something with the secretary of like her being like a recurring cast. But you get the impression that he's a good boss because he's working on the
Yeah.
December 23rd
Yeah.
at like 9 o'clock or whatever, while everyone else is having their big end of the year Christmassy thing. So, but
So also, how are there this many calls for mattresses on December 23rd?
I know, right? That was another big thing. It's like, who is buying all of these beds?
Last minute shoppers, man.
I guess
Yeah.
they need those New Year's Day sales, right?
Yeah.
That was a fairly convoluted
Your
hand,
wife online for.
yeah, hand exercising mechanism.
I'd imagine that if anybody's out there that has complex hand exercises, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So at this point, Arnold Schwarzenegger, third appearance on this podcast. He's deep into comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
But this is pre Batman and Robin. So
Yeah, this is post Kindergarten Cop though, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's 92, 93. This is
That
96.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like that he has no idea what traffic is.
yeah.
What? Traffic?
See, this is why you always leave early on the last working day before the for the holiday break. But Phil Hartman, who we see here, last seen in Small Soldiers,
Soldiers,
Yeah.
yeah.
he is a lot creepier when you watch this as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like I was saying. It's like those like little like fake jokes and facial expressions. Like it was like I remember watching this like, oh, he's a guy who's helping all the moms. I didn't get that he was sleeping with all of them.
Yeah.
Like later, it's super obvious because he's trying to pick up the Rita Wilson, but
Right.
like even just like the little like blank stares, he's kind of like looking. He's like, "Yep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna plow you later."
Yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
of subtlety missed on
And her.
young
Yeah.
minds here.
You know,
Like,
he's
he's
trying to be in,
embarrassed
like,
right there. Like,
yeah, he's like,
trying to impress her, but
Yep.
it's not working.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that shot too. The completely empty freeway on the other side.
Of course.
Oh, that's how it always is. And this movie, besides from the ending scene, was filmed in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, which I think is kind of refreshing that it's not just set in like nowhere, like any town or any metro area.
Or New York.
Yeah, or New York.
Yeah.
It's so. But I'm thinking about it. A lot of Christmas movies are set in the Midwest because they want the guarantee of being snow.
Right.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
National Lampoon's A Christmas Story, Jingle All the Way,
Mm-hmm.
the beginning of Home Alone 1 and 2, or all of Home Alone 1.
Yeah.
So,
He's learning to use the force.
Yeah.
yep.
I really wanted the cop to be like, "Pull over." Narnie to be like, "No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for asking."
Yeah. Just more Dumb and Dumber jokes interjected everywhere.
Always.
This cop's an absolute dick.
He's a jerk.
Yep.
I mean, he shouldn't be driving on the shoulder like this, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Like purposely wasting his time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually pretty evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This always before I drove terrified me of getting pulled over and being asked to recite the alphabet backwards.
Right. Nobody can do that shit.
I can, but I'm not going to do it on the podcast. We got better things to talk about.
Most people can't do it unless it's rehearsed.
That noise accompanied ridiculous hand motions, by the way.
I think they could tell there was a gesture. Maybe we should get a video camera to record our shenanigans.
No.
Oh, God.
We punish people enough by making them listen.
Right.
Yeah. People enjoy it, I
Mayhaps.
guess.
So I think that's a subtle thing right there, which is that he doesn't even look at the crowd to see if his dad's there. He walks out and he looks for him,
Mm-hmm.
but he never looks again for him, and he just keeps looking at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he
think
doesn't
it'd be
assume
pretty
that
obvious. Well, when you're doing karate, you're always kind of facing the same direction, so you would notice if someone was entering or exiting the area.
But he doesn't even assume that his dad will knows enough to sneak in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Arnold's not capable of sneaking.
Right.
So that said Chris Columbus as one of the producers, I believe. Is that the same guy who
Did like the
who
first,
did the
Harry,
first
Potter
Harry
and stuff?
Potter?
I don't know.
Possibly.
Things we should know before we get on the podcast.
Well, I had my book full of like things to talk about and factoids,
Yeah.
which I of course left at home.
I was also trying to fact check the proper progression of karate belt colors while you guys were talking.
It probably varies by which
by
style
discipline.
of karate you are doing.
Yeah.
Because I took karate for 4 or 5 years, and it went white, yellow, orange, blue, blue, black, purple, purple, black, green, green, black, brown, 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 black, and then you got a black belt.
So if Anakin Weedseller was just in his yellow belt, he should not have just gotten a green, right?
Well, it depends.
He got blue.
Because I was when I was in Hawaii, I was in a karate class too, and mine. I don't remember the beginning of it, but the end of it was you got a brown belt, and then you got patches on your belt.
Yeah, it was like brown with a stripe around it, like
it was 5 separate patches, and then you went to your black belt.
Okay, I think it was only 3 or maybe it was 4, but it was you had that belt for a while.
Yeah,
He's trying to force choke him right there.
he is. This kid has a lot of toys too, by the way.
Only child. His
That
dad
is true.
his dad owns a surprisingly apparently successful mattress distribution.
Yeah.
Hey, Connects. I used to love Connects.
Oh yeah, me too.
So while Arnold is selling beds, Phil Hartman is bedding.
Ah.
Yes. Yep.
That chair is ridiculous and belongs
Yeah.
in Selena Kyle's apartment.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in this house. And here we come upon the greatest piece of wall art ever seen in any movie ever.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
kid's room rocks.
Yeah, it
Yep.
does. This kid was way ahead of his time, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yep. A big ass Jack Kirby Captain America.
Dude, that was a daggers out of that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He it's weird. Like blah blah blah. Jake Lloyd, whatever the hell the kid's name is.
In this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't remember what his name is. Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie, like he goes from being like intelligent to just being like really thick and dumb.
I actually like watching Arnold do
Yeah.
this. I thought this
Looking
was
like-
funny.
Some subtle 80s racism here,
Yeah.
or casual 80s racism.
Yeah.
So
But you get the feeling that he's trying, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
like he knows he's not doing good enough,
Yeah.
but he just can't help it right now, or not.
Yeah.
like, not that
Or
he
he
can't help it
can't-
right now, but he gets so involved in work that
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Also, the finished version of this picture, his mother looks like a demon.
Jamie also has a poster for the Orlando Magic on his wall. If he lives in Minneapolis, he should have a Timberwolves poster. So Jamie's a bandwagon fan.
Yeah, looking around this is a well done set of a child's bedroom, because there's things I'm seeing like as this is we're getting various shots. I'm like, oh yeah, like those books on the edge of his table, like it's Robin Hood. Like I had a couple of those books.
Yeah,
Like,
no, this is a really the set design in this is pretty good. The only one that actually I don't think is great is that very first one when they do the Christmas party and it's like a half empty warehouse.
Yeah.
it's like they had the party at the warehouse.
Yeah, but there's not like enough stock there to make it justifiable. Like they wouldn't spend a day moving all the stock out
I
of
have
the
those
warehouse.
books. That was just in the left of the frame by where he was coloring. I used to have those. My mom got me those exact books with that binding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Switzerland Robinson and Moby Dick.
I had Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues, a couple other ones.
This is a great thing of what a kid does too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just memorizes the
Yeah,
commercial.
And that
Yeah.
is adorably and perfectly delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So here we see he wants the turtle man.
Yeah.
The turtle man. Did you guys have like a present you super wanted and kept telling your parents about growing up?
I actually, appropriate for this discussion, for one Christmas, I can't remember how old I was, but it was Power Rangers. And I wanted the whole set very badly. And I got most of it. And I was spoiled that year, and I'm fine with it.
Like the action figures or like Zordons?
The Zords, man. So you could build the
Oh,
Megazord.
yeah.
Because I was a huge fan of Transformers. That's one of the earliest memories of toys that I have with my cousins. Let me use their Transformers toys. And I thought those were so cool. So like the Zords, the Megazords, were just like, different Transformers. So I obsessed over them heavily.
They're Transformers that transform together.
Mm.
But were still cool by themselves.
Right.
Yes.
So I forget this actress's name. And
Rita Wilson.
This isn't supposed to be a dig against her, but I like that Arnold's wife is not some like 11 out of 10 absurdly hot actress for this movie. She's very believably attractive.
Yeah, she's
lady.
a very believable suburban mom.
Yes.
Yep. And they do a very big job of trying to make him not look gigantic in this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you watch, he's always in baggy shirts or he's always in suits that actually aren't cut
Right.
super close to him.
They're 90s. They're 90s.
That's a great shot. Like you can't make Arnold Schwarzenegger look small.
Well,
but
I will disagree with you there.
Well, you can if you have the Conan picture. If that's
Okay.
and actually, it's funny you bring that up.
But like here. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt you, Ryan.
Fucking
I'm
dick.
sorry. But like if you look, he's in a big coat.
Right.
Like,
It's winter.
It is winter, but if you wanted to make him look big, you would put him in a coat that is really closely cut.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's not. He's in, what is that, 3 layers that we can see.
Mhm.
Right.
Baggy pants.
Baggy pants. Like they're clearly trying to
make him seem more like a normal sized
Right.
dad.
Like a dad.
And he looks normal sized dad.
Yeah, the movie's not trying to bank off of his physique.
Yes. Okay, anyway, sorry, Ryan.
No, it's fine. On this topic, what's interesting, spoiler alert for the end of the movie, when Arnie gets into the Turbo Man suit, it manages to make him look less in shape. He looks less buff in the Turbo Man shirt than he does otherwise.
Yeah.
I can see because it's so out of proportion.
It's
basically.
just it doesn't We'll yak about it more when we get there.
This movie's got a lot of dramatic close ups.
This movie has a horrible reindeer puppet head.
It does, yes.
It's like I get kind of a Sam Raimi feel from it actually.
Yeah.
So what about you, James? Did you have a must have Christmassy kind of thing?
There were always things that like I wanted for Christmas, but I remember the biggest thing that I got that I didn't like. There's the present that you're like, oh, I want that, but there's like no way I'm gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I spent as Ryan can attest to, I spent my Christmases in middle school and early high school away from all of my friends in New Hampshire,
Oh.
and at my grandmother's house, and so I think my mom always tried to like make it up a little bit and kind of be like, I know I pulled you away from your friends for 3 weeks, so here's our way of kind of like saying sorry.
Yeah.
But I got a Nintendo 64 the year it came out.
Oh,
for
that's
Christmas,
cool.
And I had no idea that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so like I opened that up. And
So
it
you
was
went through the
like-
roof.
Yeah, I went through the roof.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, to be young again.
Yeah. I'm sure I can't one of probably my most fond Christmas memories, or at least what I perceive would have been, is I was a huge Batman fan growing up. Huge Batman fan. I remember one year for my birthday, I got like the Batmobile and action figures or whatever. I didn't have a Batcave, so my dad made me one out of like a cardboard box, and like we put a door into it so you could drive the Batmobile in. Mm-hmm. And that year I got the actual like Batcave play set or whatever that kind of folded up. Like the front of it was Wayne Manor, and then it had like a little spinny thing, and you could like you put Bruce Wayne in the thing and you spun it, and you had a different action figure that was Batman and whatnot, and
Nice.
like I can't remember fondly, like I don't remember my reaction, but I'm sure it was just like crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think on a similar note, of the greatest thing I've ever gotten for Christmas from my parents was probably my iPod. I got a 30 gig iPod that when they first started playing videos, man. I still use it to this day.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
So
what did you miss out on an audition for Baby Driver? Is that what happened?
Yeah. We now meet our co-star.
Yeah.
Almost 20 minutes into the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of his lines are ad-libbed.
I do like the "Know Your Father's Been Laid Off."
Yeah.
Yeah. This is at the kind of around the height of a very short-lived hot time for Sinbad.
Yeah. Originally, they wanted Joe Pesci to play him, but he was too short next to Arnold.
Oh, that would have been something to see.
That would have been really interesting. So is this going again with Arnold filmography? Is this pre or post Twins, and they just didn't want to do that again?
Yeah,
I know that's Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah.
But, so this is what I'm talking about. Like when he first meets him, and he's like, "Oh, it's just a dad trying to get some toys." I was like, "Oh, that's what I remember." And then he goes on this tirade.
Yep. Yeah, I would say Sinbad's woke.
Yeah, just keeps going and going, and it just hints at what's to come.
Yeah.
Like
this is
well, a lot of Arnold's reactions are also like ad-libbed. Like I feel like the whole like when he grabbed the extra and started like just choking her or whatever.
Yeah. So I submit you can no longer do this joke
because people always die.
People have actually
died
from this.
So yeah, there's a lot of like some of these jokes are it's like, ooh yeah, you couldn't do this anymore.
Yeah, there's a very specific joke that you can't do anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We'll get to there.
Yeah. This joke though really makes me laugh as a because I remember this as a child. Dealing with this, going to the store and being immensely disappointed when the toy that you were looking for wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it was old, but they always had like the sidekick that
nobody
wanted.
Yeah.
And enter a young Chris Parnell, Cyril Figgis.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. Good cut, Ryan. Good cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twins was 88.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a while.
It's been a while.
These are the most sadistic retail employees I've ever seen.
The guy on the left is really creepy.
Yeah.
Like, has human skin lampshades creepy.
Yeah.
Probably.
And I say that as someone who has worked retail at the holidays on Christmas Eve. Like, I actually liked working the holidays at Target. That's where I used to work. Because I liked when I could get someone like the game or the whatever they were looking for and be like, oh my gosh, I've been looking all over town for this. And I'm like, there you go. You know, like I know, because I know, like I just made their day by finding it, which is going to make someone else like very happy that, you know, so. Layaway.
Yeah.
It's not a thing a lot of people do anymore.
But it's still a thing.
Yeah, it's still a thing. I still hear about it, but I feel like it was much more common back in the 90s.
Yeah. I like this joke.
Yep.
I want to know how Arnold was able to see where this car was going for most of this.
Yes, that is true. This is, I mean, that's a
good
tight turn.
control. Good control.
Yeah. The crunch that he has when he lands is amazing there. The letters, too.
Yep.
Like, I mean, that even adds that it's more sadistic. He's clearly supposed to be working through this whole movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he has letters to deliver.
Is there mail on Christmas Eve?
I think so.
Okay, otherwise him with the mailbag makes no sense.
Yeah. Although you notice that they don't actually have the USPS logo.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
It's just mail delivery is what it is.
Okay.
Giant Austrian man running after me.
All right, so now as we enter this little montage, what are we drinking today?
Gonna have a montage.
What are we drinking today? We are drinking CEO Stout from Right Brain Brewery. And it's super good. I like this. There's a good chance I gushed about this, maybe not this beer specifically, but I have several times just kind of gone into it about how much I like Right Brain. They've got a lot of good stuff, and this is definitely one of their better ones.
Yeah, yep. You can get this beer on draft around the Metro Detroit area, which, if you can, I'd highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how the sequence is shot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this beer, James?
I enjoy the flavor. I actually find it's a little over-carbonated for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the flavor is really good. I really like that.
I'd forgotten how coffee-y this one was.
It's very coffee.
It smells a lot creamier than it actually is. So, and I do enjoy this attack amongst like a Jim Lee cutout, probably.
Yeah.
It looks like it's drawn by Jim Lee.
That looks like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. As far as like coffee brews go, I think this is my favorite, excepting only the Borealis brew from Q&R Brewing Company.
Oh, okay.
Which is my favorite coffee drink,
Coffee amber.
coffee beverage. Yeah.
These gingerbread men look delicious.
Oh yes. They're very similar to the ones my mother makes.
He's so creepy.
He is, and this is a setup for such a uncomfortable scene later on when Arnold calls up.
Yep.
Yeah. She has one of her oven mitts on backwards, and it really
She does,
bothers me.
yes.
Yeah, I like to go to my neighbors' houses and tell them when to shower.
Yeah, I highly doubt that
This
Rita Wilson
don't do
would
this.
put on a full face of makeup without having taken a shower.
Right.
Yep, but
Oh,
good old
Phil.
Phil Hartman.
Still miss you, buddy.
Yep. The Simpsons hasn't been the same without you. I like how his face got suitably red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that.
Ted?
Payphones.
I mean, I'll give it to Arnold. He actually does have some comedy chops.
Yeah. Like we're saying, like he's well in the comedy era by this time. So
Yeah.
he's got some good delivery, but some of his moments are better than others. Got some good one-liners.
Yeah.
This is Hartman just going full Phil.
Yep.
Yeah.
This scene here, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can see he's just loving it too, based off his face.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go check? Yeah. Good pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, and again, as a child watching this
Put the
scene,
cookie down.
Yeah.
you don't know what's being implicated here.
Right. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Rather implied.
Yeah, but it's a lot of just like the weird little facial expressions that you don't notice when you're a child.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you saw a movie with nudity in it before you knew that nudity was wrong, or not wrong, but like it was supposed to be like not suitable for children.
Right.
It just kind of like you just glaze over it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just. I mean, again, it's not two dads. Arnold is completely like, no, you're not.
Yeah, and I think this movie would have benefited from a much less competitive, well, not less competitive, but a less like yin and yang situation going on here.
Maybe tone
Like-
Myron down a little.
Yeah, like two just good dads going after the same thing, I think would have been more suitable for this movie.
I mean, you get his backstory, eventually.
Yeah.
And it's a nice scene, but it feels a little bit too late. But then again, it's like it's not something like, oh yeah, you couldn't have started off with that. But you get from that previous exchange, you get the feeling that he's he's an okay guy. He's in a tough spot. If what he said about like he has to pay alimony or whatever, or stuff like that, he's got a bum rap. He's
tough to be as likable as I would have preferred.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I remembered him being more likable as a kid.
Same.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things of this probably was my first Sinbad experience. So, I don't know. But I enjoy his stand-up.
He does have funny stand-up.
Yeah.
I used to watch the sitcom.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's like I forgot about that. He just kind of fell off the map. I feel like.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, there it is. Mail delivery. See?
Yeah.
It doesn't USPS. But
But
hand
it's the way it's cut. It looks like the eagle.
Yeah, the hand is.
The hand
looks
went
like
around.
an eagle.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't have a movie in Minnesota without making mention of the Mall of America, guys.
Yeah.
All of America is a fun place. It's
Never
a little
been.
overwhelming, but
Oh
pretty
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Well, they've filmed movies at Somerset Mall, the big mall around here.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't like every movie in Michigan isn't like let's go to Somerset Mall.
Yeah, you're right. But
No, but anytime they show Detroit, it's just a bunch of charred, burnt down buildings.
It's true.
I like that he's using the fucking toy.
Yeah, the Fisher Price.
Yeah.
Feel like he should be screaming in German in a moment here.
Yeah.
Take the ball in your hands.
Yeah. I just find it just hilarious that throughout the movie, like they're just ragging on Booster.
I was
and
just
then
gonna
eventually
say-
you get the delivery.
Yeah.
We don't like you, Booster.
Like it's not even just like it's like hatred.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think: has there ever been a toy that was very popular that had an associated toy that was just despised?
I don't
The closest I could
so.
think would be like a Jar Jar situation. I don't know.
That's for different reasons, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, honestly, it's not necessarily the excuse me. It's not necessarily the like a sidekick or something. It's like, oh, hey, the Batman movie came out, and there's like the Batman action figure that actually looks like the Batman from the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's also like Polar Blast Batman who comes with ice
Right.
action.
Yeah.
And
Right.
there's like a million of those.
Yeah,
but
the variants.
the variants aren't really there.
Yeah. But
And
then
then-
finding like the individual ones is like a hard one. Like finding like I don't even know if they made a Bane action figure for
Yeah.
that movie.
Well, and usually it would come down to like you made mention of the Power Rangers, Ryan. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, when the Power Rangers toys came out, it was really hard to get like the Red Ranger.
Yeah. That's right.
You could,
Everyone I knew. That's what everyone I knew had because I had a friend in forensics who did a whole like thing about like who you are based off your Power Ranger.
Well, that's the thing. If
favorite.
everyone had the Red Ranger and I came a little later than everyone to the store, I didn't have it.
right. That was. I mean, it seemed like when there were ensemble casts, that's usually when you had something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like, when the Ninja Turtles would come out, there'd be a lot of splinters or something like that, but not enough turtles, or there'd be, all the Michelangelos would be gone.
Why would you want Michelangelo when you can get a perfectly fine Donatello?
So, yeah, I never had that problem, but like that was the good old Arnold grunt.
Yep.
This movie is cartoonish at times,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
works
it
most of the
works.
time, I think.
That kid is creepy.
Yeah.
Yes. It looks like,
Indeterminate gender too.
right. It's like someone grabbed a copy of like, I don't know, Children of the Corn and shook it until that kid fell out of it.
I would say it looks a little bit like the Chucky doll.
Oof.
Ooh.
The good guy doll.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Where's Waldo.
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't have to shoulder check Roy Moore out of the way here.
Jeez.
Topical.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
that was-
agile by
That was rather
Yeah.
adept.
yeah.
I like
I kind of miss it.
like he's got this shit, man.
Yeah.
His faces and stuff. He's just so emotive that
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it really that's why you can do these kinds of things.
Maybe one of the little kids will chop his arm off and it'll crawl after the other kid still.
Yeah.
And they get crushed in a heavy press.
I'm really glad they didn't.
Jesus.
Go, yeah.
Well, I get it.
Kid horrifies me.
I'm really glad they didn't go with a pee joke here.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. The like, oh, he peed in the ball pit.
This movie doesn't do much of the very base toilet humor.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it's still very much a family movie.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean that's usually like it's an easy laugh
Like, I don't-
for the
yeah.
kids joke. Right?
I don't
Yeah.
think this movie contains a single fart.
No, this is good.
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
Like I like the lady that's actually hitting him with wrapping paper.
Yeah. That must have been a fun scene to shoot for those ladies.
Right. You gotta go beat up Arnold
Like he's all
Schwarzenegger.
disheveled.
And then this, I love this.
Yep.
I love this like 15-minute segue.
Yep.
Yeah, the movie kind of meanders out in left field for a while. It gets back on the rails, but this is
Yeah.
a
This
fun
is such
diversion.
a great diversion.
So up until now, it's what you would expect from
Right.
this kind of movie. But
Yeah.
now it's like, wait, what?
yeah.
Like, I love this. Yeah. How do you know it's that kind of scam? It's because it is some kind of scam.
Everything about it is a scam.
Yeah. So do you think that somebody, when they were like, thought back to this movie and thought about this scene and was like, oh, I'll write a whole movie about this
And make it
and
adults.
make it
and
about
then have
adults,
Billy
and-
Bob Thornton
and
in it.
Billy Bob Thornton in it,
Yeah.
and make Bad Santa.
Never seen Bad Santa, but
It was okay.
It's on the nose a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I imagine it would be.
I do like that even though this guy's a sleazeball,
He
scolding
still
him.
sticks it to him.
Yeah.
You're a bad dad.
Yeah.
So, Jim Belushi's very hit or miss for me personally. Like, I like him in this,
Yeah.
and he did a surprisingly good job in the Twin Peaks season 3. He has a very, very small role, but I like what he's in,
Okay.
like what he does in. So,
Yeah. I'm. You know what? Christmas break will be a good time for me to catch up on that.
all right.
This dog.
That idea is funny to me. Just a really
Yeah.
pissed off dog with antlers.
It fits this whole
They're
theme.
very thematic.
Yeah.
What are you, Dan Rather? Oh boy.
I like the 3 rapid fire.
Yep.
Yeah. It's this whole, like I said, I love this whole sequence.
So we're about to go into a Batman 66 like villain lair.
yes.
Oh boy. Oh, my beer's gone, you guys. This is sad.
Oh, luckily we've got more.
It is Christmas.
The secret knock.
Did you guys notice that the first time?
Yep. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the origin of that is. Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
Robin laid an egg.
I don't know.
I know it's in the Batman Holiday, with the Christmas with the Joker. Like,
Yes,
he
it
sings
is.
it as he's leaving the prison, but I feel like it's older than that.
It is older than that. In fact, they talk about that on a Fat Man on Batman, that they believe that's the only time that they know of that the Joker actually makes mention about that.
Yeah.
This song in the background on this.
It's so fitting though.
Yeah, it's so great.
And I like the green visors on the Mrs. Clauses,
Right.
Yeah.
which I found out what those are for actually. So you can't hide money in there, and that's why people also have like the wraps on their sleeves, so you can't put money up your sleeves.
Okay.
Because I was wondering like why
Why for?
why people in money always had like the green visor and
Yeah.
whatnot. So this is the regular cut of the movie. When this movie's on TV, they add in like 5 more minutes of stuff.
Really?
Yes, there's
What
a
stuff?
song here called like "The Little Boy That Santa Claus Forgot," that like Jim Belushi and all the Santa Clauses sing. It breaks the tone of the scene completely. The montage from earlier is longer. At first, Arnold Schwarzenegger finds a different woman in a fur coat who he thinks has the Turbo Man, buys it for like $300, and it's Booster. He's like, "Booster!" and like throws it in the trash or whatever. So there's a lot of just like little extended scenes.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun. Educational.
The Spanish-speaking
Yes,
Turbo
yeah.
Man. This is a
That
good
face.
angry dad face. Look how everyone in the background just stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been messing with that one blue bear back
Yeah.
there for the
Yep.
whole movie.
I like how some of the Santa Clauses have real beards.
Right. I like how into his Santa-ness he is.
Yep. Like I said, everyone's committed to the theme.
Yeah.
Probably just got a bunch of random people from the Twin Cities with
Some
white
of the-
beards.
I like this. I like that he is apparently a
Cheap,
secret
cheap,
blue.
cheap, cheap,
Yeah.
cheap,
Yeah.
cheap,
'Cause he
cheap,
doesn't know
cheap,
what-
cheap.
What chickens sound
What,
like
this
either.
this is hilarious. There's the
Tearing
up
me
and-
apart,
what?
Santa.
Why?
What?
Why did he?
All right, so I got some polls here on who some of these Santas are. Not this guy.
Some more casual 80s racism here.
Yep. High-pitched grunting.
Yeah. It's just like they're bowling pins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the sound design for this.
Yeah.
All right, so here we have the first one.
It's
This is the Big
Big
Show.
Show. Yeah.
Yep.
At first, I thought it was Goldberg, and I was so excited because it was like a callback
sounds
to,
like him.
to the other
Yeah, to Santa
they-
Claus.
yeah, they have-
Or Santa's sleigh. I mean,
Santa's sleigh. But this just proves that all wrestlers should secretly be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
gigantic.
Big
yeah,
Show's
dude, he's enormous.
or the Giant, as he used to be known as in WCW.
Yeah.
This is right as he was becoming like a big figure in WWE, and that's Vern Troyer.
Yes, it is.
Yep,
So this is ridiculous.
with
coming
obvious
up.
ADR.
Just
yeah,
Yeah,
you naughty boy.
This, I think you said it right, Ryan. I think this movie does best when it devolves into slapstick.
yeah.
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 Okay, Jim. You know how your brother said "food fight" in Animal House? We want you to do that.
I feel a little bad saying this, but watching little people sprint is fucking hilarious. We'll get a shot of, I guess it's Vern Troyer running under a table in a minute
Yep.
here.
Yep. There we go.
Very quick legs.
I do
This is
like
good
this
thinking.
is this
Yeah.
is some good acting on Schwarzenegger's part. He sells it pretty well.
Yep.
It's Chief Buddy to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the quick badge flash.
He's Delta Green. Just
Yeah.
flashing the badge.
So so Big Show, I saw this a couple months ago and thought it was super cool. Big Show is actually a giant video game nerd.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a video on the internet of he's at some panel for Bungie before Destiny 2 came out, and they made him his own gun. I forget which weapon it was, but he like actually chokes up. He's so happy with it. So it's a
Do you
pretty cool
think he's
video
a
to check out.
bigger nerd than John Carpenter? Who quote
Different-
has played all the Sonic
Yeah.
games and even likes the one where he
I
turns
don't
into a
know.
werewolf?
Maybe.
So last weekend, Ryan and I went to go see John Carpenter play live, and everyone in the crowd was talking about that because that article had just come out.
Yeah.
So the guys we were standing by were talking about it, and
Yeah,
we met a cool home brewer whose last name was Brew.
Oh, nice.
So,
but of course.
He pushes this car forever.
Yep. Oh, good thing I did all that practice in Commando.
Yeah.
Says free parking around the corner, not right there.
Yeah. Cleared. He even cleared off the spot for him to be on.
Yeah, so
I don't know if he did or that's just how inconsistent snow is in December.
So if this was actually December in Minnesota, there would be like 17 feet of snow everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is probably actually in like May.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, because they filmed the parade at the end like in August or July or
Okay.
whatever. so-
Minnesota has a lot of months with snow in them and lots of snow.
Yeah.
This is a sad sequence of events.
Oh
here.
yeah, what a dick kid.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
he
hate
doesn't-
that guy.
He doesn't know
I
any
don't
better.
think it's on the kid though.
No, the kid's just like my life.
Yeah, this
My
is what
dad's-
happened to my life.
Yeah, my dad is nicer to me now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because in the one scene where he's left alone with children earlier in the movie, he immediately yells at them.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that, and
Yeah.
for that same reason, kind of. But it is also after he burned the shit out of his mouth
Yeah.
with a cookie.
Yes,
so,
that is
I mean,
true.
whatever.
But here we have like the weird like Jamie is aware he is a
What?
moron.
Yeah.
Because like his reaction to the divorce thing was like, okay, this is kind of a smart kind of kid, but now he's back to being like a dumb kid.
Yeah.
It's just I either want him to like I want him to
be
be
consistent.
consistent. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing.
The way that I took it here is that he's so concentrated on his dad showing up to something
Mm-hmm.
because he disappointed him the night before that's all he cares about because he is a kid.
Yeah.
That's a wild chair.
Yeah. Like a weird
It's like a Dr.
shell
Seuss
thing.
chair.
No more trouble, man.
I like how he does the hand gesture, even though he knows the son can't see him.
Mm-hmm. And then immediately realizes,
Bad dad.
bad dad.
So so then we have
Because he's so concentrated on it.
Yeah.
That's what I took it as.
He needs to go hang out with Edward Furlong for a bit.
oh,
Learn some street smarts.
do not like him.
And the mom is just like, come on.
Yeah.
That's my problem with Terminator 2.
I want that cake.
At least he doesn't call him Howie.
Mm.
Man, sultry sound of that guy's voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Silky
so cool.
smooth.
He's got a good hat.
His
too.
name is
Yeah,
Pops
man.
too.
It's just, it also would have been interesting if Myron was just a figment of Arnold's imagination throughout the whole movie.
Just not Old Homestead.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
I didn't look it up.
Hmm?
It looks
I like
not real.
you want some.
Yeah.
I enjoy a nice scotch and coffee.
Dude, a good rum and cider. Holy hell!
Yeah.
I've done gin and cider.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? I'd
That
try
seems
that.
like an
I
odd
don't
combination.
like gin.
It's what I had at the time.
Okay. I could see vodka in cider because you really wouldn't taste it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is a cool story.
yeah,
It shows that he can be a good dad.
Yeah, they both have good serious dad scenes here.
all right. So the
Old Homestead is a whiskey.
So the three of us, just prior to starting our recording here, have some. It's a gift from my mother for my birthday. These are Jelly Belly jelly beans that are beer flavored. And James, you had these before, I had not, and you warned me.
I did because my mother got them for me for my birthday.
What is it with moms? Stop buying beer candy.
My mom has not bought me any beer candy yet. I hope it remains
Well, Christmas
that way.
isn't that far off,
Yeah.
Max.
Guess what you're getting?
But no, James, you described it perfectly. It just tastes like flat beer. It's flat. It's chewy flat beer until suddenly it's flavorless sugar, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another one right now.
He's yelling a lot for
Yep.
being in a restaurant.
In the extended one, he goes through what
it's
all
gross.
7 guns are, and the little I
seem
the
to remember
rifle,
that.
and it's I gotcha, man, or has the little
yeah.
goes through the entire commercial.
They let him chew the
listing.
scenery a little.
Yeah, he chews it hard.
He has just as many pins as Sheriff Clark on his jacket.
What happened, Sinbad?
I like
Yeah.
that logic made me laugh.
And this is
This scene here is just haunting.
it's hilarious.
You
But
couldn't do the scene that you would not be able to do that scene today. Kid drinking
face.
It's
whiskey.
great. It's a funny scene, and I like it, but it pushes even further a wedge between these two characters
Oh,
and their
yeah.
personalities. Because Arnold has no respect for this guy.
No,
Oh
he
God, I don't
No,
want my kid to be you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. I wouldn't say he has no respect, but he's seeing what a disappointed child on Christmas can turn into. If you just saw, a man in his 40s, we'll say, recite a toy ad from his childhood because he was so fixated on something. I had a lot of fond toys when I was a kid. I can't recite them.
I get your point.
I have a pair of gloves like Sinbad, though. They're super
But
comfy.
I guess it's just Arnold seeing Sinbad's character as a complete just failure, really.
Yeah, and I think that kind of speaks to what you and I remembered this movie as was like a contest between equals,
And
where
it's
it's
not.
clearly not. There's
Yeah.
a good dad and there's a bad dad.
Right. And that's
we're
using the term dad here, and we really don't have any evidence as to what kind of dad Sinbad's character really is.
Yeah, that's a criticism of this
Yeah.
that I've read is you only see this one scene,
Right.
Yeah,
but you see in Sinbad stuff that you also see in Jamie. because he's like, oh, it was just another time for my dad to let me down.
Right.
So he doesn't want him to become him. But I don't think that means he doesn't respect him.
I don't know. I would think if you don't want somebody to become somebody, you don't respect that person then.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the perspective I get from it.
Part of me thinks maybe he, I don't know. I might be stretching and say
St.
I think
Paul.
that Schwarzenegger pities him.
And yeah. Man, is this just so illegal?
Yeah. Like,
I like that Arnold's like,
felonies.
yep.
So many Sinbad commits so many felonies in this
Yeah,
movie.
He does. I like how Arnold's like, I'm in shape, bye.
yeah. And just ignores the authorized persons only on the door, apparently.
He's a white man. He does what he wants.
Yeah.
Is this a super subtle homage to The Running Man? Cause he's
Yeah.
running.
Could be. At first, I really, really was hoping, because I saw this guy from the side, that this was a push to Mystery Science Theater, and that this was
Trace Below?
not Bill Corbett, but
Kevin Murphy?
Kevin Murphy,
Oh, yeah.
because he kind of looks like Kevin Murphy.
Yeah,
that
he's
would've
the
been
guy
great.
who played the prince. He played the principal in Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Yep. No, less ponytail in that show.
Yes.
So this is where
this is too much.
you can't do this joke anymore,
Yeah.
folks.
Well,
No.
I mean,
Oh, good lordy.
this is just too far for this character to go.
Yeah, this is when it takes a weird turn.
Well, and this is like he is 100% Machiavellian in like the ends justify the means.
Right.
He's Jared Leto's character from Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, he's just like
I'm
this is
going to
where
get that present, and
he's just
an angel will give it to me.
he's just not a relatable character anymore at this
No,
point. He's gone.
Right, so going back to the Joe Pesci thing, if Joe Pesci was in this movie and did the same role, better or worse?
I honestly, I would have liked it more. I very much like Joe Pesci, especially when he does comedy. I'm not saying that I don't like Sinbad's version of this character, but I think Joe Pesci would have been fun, especially during these angry parts, because an angry Joe Pesci is fucking hilarious. You know, when it's not the scariest thing you've ever seen.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Apparently, Schwarzenegger's agent recommended Sinbad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He is really sweaty in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, whether it's on purpose or not, it also
Those hats are
supports
very
the,
warm.
right.
Oh,
Supports that, you know, Schwarzenegger's a lot more in shape than he is to sprint up here and do this.
Yeah. This is a dirty trick pulled by this radio station, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, that's some bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Oh boy. It's
No, you
also
didn't.
it's also very odd to think that there are that many people who just did not know the reindeer.
Yes.
They give certificates
Although
from
often-
Tiger.
Yeah. Oftentimes, the radio station questions are very easy because when people actually get through, they freeze up.
Right.
Because they'll give them like 2 or 3 seconds to start answering, and if they don't, they cut them off.
8 tracks.
Yeah. Again.
Chortling?
Yeah.
There needs to be more chortling.
Goodbye.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Officer Raincloud over here.
Yeah. Yep. Cannot do this joke anymore. This is how you know it's a pre-9/11 movie.
Yeah.
I love
Good
his delivery of
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That's,
do you know my name?
I think that's one of the things where it's like that was an ad lib because the guy had to like do a look over, then he had to gesture at him as well.
Yeah. Like he's like, screw it.
I don't know if snakes have ears.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I just got through the Bob's Burgers one where Gene sings the snakes are creepy because they don't have
Oh
arms
yeah.
and legs.
Where are there legs?
Gene's songs are fantastic.
It makes no sense.
Wabash.
Wabasha. That's can't get more Twin Cities than that, I think.
No. Why? Why would he be yelling that?
And why doesn't anyone in this movie have like a thick Minnesotan accent? I thought that was required for cinema.
Yeah. It's. I mean.
I was not expecting that.
Oh no.
That it was an actual bomb.
That it was a real bomb.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Comical slap.
Slapstick right here.
Yeah, the guy was 20 years in the bomb squad and still a beat cop.
Yeah. This made me laugh a lot, actually, when it cuts over to his car right here.
Mm-hmm.
The M-E-R-I was what actually made me laugh. They took the hood.
Solid piece of metal.
Merixmas.
So, do you believe that Ted hired these carolers? I do.
Yes.
That seems likely.
I don't know.
I think he did. I like the old school tow truck right here. by the way.
I think either case is equally plausible.
Yeah.
Within the world of this.
Yeah, Minnesota does seem like they just have random carolers and actual.
Well,
Have you guys ever gone caroling?
I have not.
No.
But once.
That's cool.
Yep. It was with.
Seems
when
like
I
that
did,
could be fun.
It was weird though, because I did it when I was in like Ukrainian school. So we went to like in some neighborhood in Warren where a bunch of like recent immigrants lived, and we sang Ukrainian Christmas carols.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's outside in the winter, Max.
Yeah.
So Arnold is wincing his eye right there, and at first I thought it looked red. Like I was wondering if he got an infection at some point in this, but I think it's just him grimacing.
Yeah.
And here's where he goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of fourth wall breaking in this movie.
Driven to extremes here.
Yeah. So were your guys' families very much the kind of people like, oh, you don't put the star until Christmas Eve, or you don't decorate the tree until Christmas Eve, or
Nah.
I feel like that's more of like our parents' generation kind of thing.
Yeah, my mom was like, I mean, my dad finally had to be like, you can't put the Christmas tree up until after Thanksgiving with her. Like,
Oh,
she
God.
was like, wants the Christmas tree up for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I like it was a good continuity thing that Arnold's knuckles were still kind of busted up.
yeah.
Shot
Yep.
with the credit card.
Yep.
But yeah,
I got you, bitch.
I did like earlier in the movie when you first see Ted the reindeer, where he's like, oh, I'm gonna release him by Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Prince is hanging out down there. R.I.P. Prince.
So yeah, I'm leaning a little more towards Ted having
Hired these guys.
arranged this. Like the idea that they
This
didn't
is
see
so
him.
bad.
Sneak.
I want to see
You're
that
clearly
shot from
visible.
I want to see that from the outside. I
Yeah.
want to see what the carolers
The
saw.
little Arnold head poking up.
He's,
Yeah.
Yep, Rita is not comfortable. Boom, boom, boom. No.
Yeah.
What's
I like this realization right here. Good face again.
Yeah.
Just like mild perplexing and disgust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Narrating to myself.
Because I am my own monologue.
Yeah. It is a kids movie, so like
Yeah.
he's got to be like, I am the good guy right now.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I am not pulling out bombs and radio stations. Oh
Yes.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
God, that is
the puppet.
I
like,
love it
Puppet
though.
is terrible.
I love it.
It's less terrible and more just disturbing.
Yeah.
The flaming head is
Yep.
amazing.
It's great.
I love it.
The conflagration of the Magi.
Yeah. Good one.
Thank you. I'm rather proud of that.
No,
I mean, how is this better than just letting it burn?
I don't know.
He doesn't want to be called a racist.
This is a terrible, terrible decision.
Yeah, I mean, just put the present in the under the tree and get out.
Yeah.
At that point.
And let that fucking thing burn.
Yeah. Be like, Ted, your house is on fire, and I didn't know how. This. Again,
what did he expect was going to happen? And kicked it.
The movie is better when it devolves into slapstick.
Right.
And all right, I pose to you, why on earth would you use your scarf when something that's on fire is literally in snow?
I don't know,
Wouldn't
because
you
you're
just
an idiot.
roll it over?
At the entire time, does not drop the present.
Nope. Whoop.
What?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. No.
Turning on those
Yeah.
mom vibes.
Yep.
Good delivery. She reminds me a lot of Jill from Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Patricia Richardson
Yes.
Who plays a really,
came out of a holster.
yeah, who plays a really good role in the final season of West Wing, actually.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I always liked her a lot. That's a show that,
With my son. That's a stinging line
Yeah.
right there.
yeah, that's cuts deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh.
But what were you saying, James? Or
Oh, I was.
no, Ryan was saying.
Oh no, Home Improvement. That's a very formative show for me.
So
I watched
recently,
that a lot.
I saw an article online that was like, "Why hasn't Home Improvement had a resurgence like a lot of other '90s shows have?" And it's like, well, that wasn't a show for kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like there were kids in it, so like kids enjoyed it, but that was a show for adults.
Right.
Okay, the only reason I'm laughing at that him punching the reindeer is there's a video of a
It's
very
fucking
drunk,
hilarious.
a very drunk Newcastle fan punching a police horse after a soccer game. And ever since I've seen that, like the idea of punching like cloven hooved animals is a ridiculous concept to me.
Moose puncher.
Yeah. Also, I completely believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger could knock a
yeah.
caribou out.
I mean, he could pretty much just punch it directly into venison.
Yeah.
I try to get a look at what kind of beer he's drinking, but
It's probably just like local brew.
it might be
Is that-
Milwaukee's best,
It might be.
or it might be Miller High Life.
Hey, yeah, there's the demon mom.
Look at the mother in that picture.
Ugh.
It's like the other Babadook.
Baba Mom.
Yeah.
Mama Duke. No,
Mama
no.
Duke. Yes.
Marmaduke.
No, I was like, that
Sounds like Marmaduke.
Marmaduke.
But, yeah. I also kind of wanted a post-credit scene or during credit scene of just like Arnie being buddies with the reindeer.
Yeah.
Drunk reindeer.
Drunk reindeer just stumbling around. And now we cut to L.A.
Yeah, these
Those
people,
look like very, very hot costumes to be wearing.
these people would be freezing their balls off if this was Minnesota.
I had to do a lot of day after Thanksgiving parades with marching band. Those were some miserable, miserable mornings.
I can
believe it.
imagine.
It was always snowing. It was always just like terribly, terribly cold.
I kind of like this shot actually.
Yeah, they do a great job with these two newscasters
Yeah.
too.
Gale
Yeah,
Force.
Gale Force.
Yeah.
But she sounds very much like I'm a news reporter in the
Right.
morning.
She has the
She looks
haircut of a woman 30 years her senior.
She looks like
She
Liza
has a
Minnelli
haircut of a
from-
woman asking
yeah,
to see a
from Arrested
manager.
Development.
Yeah. Lucille too.
Lucille too. Yeah.
Some interesting interesting floats.
Yeah.
Floats.
So I guess the Twin Cities does do a holiday parade, but it's at night.
Just because they want to make you more miserable.
Jesus. Yeah.
Night parades are pretty fun.
Night parades are cold.
The one night parade I've been in was in Florida,
Okay.
so,
Like, do you-
which at that point was a relief.
it gets cold here. It gets brutally cold in Minnesota.
I know. I used to live up that ways.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know it.
God.
Also, who sends their 8-year-old to a fucking giant parade
By themselves?
unsupervised?
Well, no, there's
he-
like they said we're going to go meet him and his dad, and then there's an ADR being like, "Hi, kids."
And then, well, and Ted is like, yeah,
Yeah.
gonna get some Windstar action.
So
This
where are the parents here?
this
though?
parade is just
Yeah, the tick.
screaming filled with IP.
Yeah.
So much IP.
I mean,
IP gum or IP
There's. I propose that there's no way to do this scene in a modern movie without paying through the nose for a lot of this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So earlier I was saying before we started, this movie has an obscene budget,
Yeah.
$75 million
Wow.
in 1996.
It's a lot of money.
For
this?
a basic
this.
family comedy.
Yeah.
How much of that was Arnold, I wonder, though?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Let's say 18. He got 20 for Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Jesus.
So probably, the end sequence of this movie is probably the most expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you believe that this is actually non-alcoholic, or do you think Ted's trying to trick her?
Slips her a Mickey.
I think the reason that he said it's
No.
non-alcoholic is because it is not.
Okay.
I think he's trying to be like, you can trust me. I'm giving you
Okay.
non-alcoholic eggnog in a time when only adults have alcoholic eggnog.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you had non-alcoholic eggnog?
I don't know.
Exactly. And I can remember the last time I had alcoholic eggnog, it was at your house. There was whiskey in it. It was delicious.
Shoulder
I mean,
to
it's
cry
the purpose
on.
of eggnog, right?
To put booze in.
Yes.
Seasonal booze filler. Seasonal mixer.
Yeah. Her hair stays really nice through all
Yeah.
of these scenes, even though he's harassing her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same cannot be said for Phil in just a moment.
No.
She
I
just
like
has
that-
good delivery.
Yeah, and I like that she's having absolutely 0% of this.
Yeah.
Like how she's like looking. Oh, she's not looking forward, but kind of is. But Harry's just there.
Also, if anybody puts Italian salad dressing on
Ahi
ahi
tuna? What the hell are you doing?
yeah, do not ruin tuna.
Oh,
This poor
Like how
guy.
he just like say it with your chest.
oh Christ!
God, that would hurt so bad. He's just secretly dry. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
immediately
too.
Yep.
after that. So, okay, so maybe...
Yes.
Jesus. That looked painful, rightfully so.
Yes.
It's just...
See, it's not
So-
just Arnold that has monologue.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it because he poured coffee in his eyeballs that he didn't see the bus?
I
Yep.
think he just doesn't understand how parking lots work.
Okay.
Nope. He's got no object permanence.
Yeah. He's only used to moving vehicles.
Yep.
Well,
you
no
sell
doors
yelling
here,
halt,
see ya.
not go. Well, nope, that's it.
Yeah, this is totally normal.
I thought this was David Cross at first from the voice.
Yeah. That's what I also thought. He's got the similar tonal voice, and I can see David Cross having that kind of hair in the 90s.
Yeah. Now it's time to expose Arnold for the really ripped man he actually is.
Well, they do a lot of like above the neck or out of focus shots where you can't really see his musculature too much.
Right.
Yeah. This looks painful.
Yeah. He's making a lot of Arnold noises.
Yeah. It also looks like this would have been Arnold's The Running Man costume if he would have signed the contract.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
Turbo.
All right, so, well, no, we'll get to it when you actually can see the costume in full, but we'll get to that. I like that guy's delivery. He's just a great little monologue, and here we have Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
And he is exactly like the person you expect to be underneath that costume.
Yep.
Just sweaty and surly.
Surely.
Yes.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's dark in here.
I'd watch a Mary Poppins show starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking of him as Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
The Turbo Man Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gold thong on Booster is so wrong.
Yeah. I like how they have like a. You'll see in a second. You have there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guitar player, of course, has like flowing long hair.
And he gets to wear the beret.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so do the sousaphone players, and depending on which marching band you're in, maybe also the drum line.
See, I think if this outfit had been like just skin tight on Arnold, he would have looked a lot more intimidating.
He looked like the Flash, which is what they based the costume off of, apparently.
It honestly makes him look a lot taller than I think he is. He's a lot leaner in this. So
that's because they have him in baggy clothes all day. Or
but
all
like
day,
what
all
you're talking
movie.
about there, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like the fake muscle on top of his bicep doesn't. The
Yeah.
bottom part doesn't actually show off that he's just ripped on
that
his
he's
whole arm.
exactly.
Too.
Yeah.
Just looks like pajamas.
Yep.
So I didn't point it out, but earlier in this, they're excited about Turbo Man. That makes sense. Like, hey, it's Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kids. That's excited. But earlier on, they high five about the Cat in the Hat walking by. Like,
Which there were like some Dr. Seuss cartoons, but it wasn't like the Mike Myers movie had just come out. Oh man, we should watch that movie.
yeah, oh no,
Oh boy.
like, I just don't. They seem a little old as kids to be super excited about seeing like all the characters as opposed to kind of like the character. But that's really a nitpicky thing on my side. So I'll admit that.
Yep.
This toy also seems way more like gigantic compared to the other.
Oh, it's a special edition.
Yeah.
So it's like five.
It's got the
times-
high gloss paint.
It's the 5 times the size of the ones they're supposed to be.
Like he's like,
the other
oh,
ones.
he's like shocked by it.
Yeah, it's me.
In doll form.
Yeah. I also submit to you that this Turbo Man outfit he's wearing is the most technologically advanced thing on the planet.
Yes. Yep. Now just more pan shots and then
Yeah.
A weird.
I like
cop
trampoline cop.
Seems like it'd be very difficult to do that because your trampoline is all continuously moving forward.
He's up there smoking.
Wonder who that is, guys.
Who's
It's the
actually
cop.
been absent from the movie a lot recently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like the inconceivable guy from Princess Bride. I forget the actor's name.
Yeah, he does actually.
Oh shit! What is his name? Turbo Man doesn't like fat kids.
Right.
George Lucas only likes one of us.
Yeah. That like mind blowing for a kid.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's such a good moment. Like the mom's like, I guess.
Yep. I do like the costume of Dementor, but I will posit of the 3 movies we've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger in on this podcast: Running Man, Batman and Robin, Jingle All the Way. This is his least ridiculous costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because in Running Man, his Running Man outfit isn't the most ridiculous costume. Vacation Arnold is
Vacation
his most
Arnold.
ridiculous
Right.
costume. The hat and the shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I refuse to believe that this kid has not recognized Arnold by this point.
Yeah, it's weird.
For having a dad with one of the most unique just accents and immediately identifiable accents, how does he not make the connection here?
Well, you can see that the glass is super reflective and his voice is modulated, but still, yeah,
It's
It's the Clark Kent effect.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've never seen. Yeah, his dad's always so baggy.
Yeah.
So the guy from
Hey,
Princess
Sinbad's
Bride,
used to this, by the way.
Yep.
This is he didn't have to act for this.
right? The inconceivable guy. The actor's name is Wallace Shawn.
2 first names.
Yeah. I do like that. I do like his costume, the Mentor costume.
It's a good costume. It reminds me of Dr. Nefarious
From Ratchet and Clank.
from Ratchet and Clank,
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
which
I think he took it too far a while ago when he blew up a radio station.
Yeah.
Yep. We finally get a delivery on this.
Yeah.
Just, we don't like you. Getting beaten up by kids.
Yeah.
It's a sweet
Yeah.
float. I like that callback to the opening of the movie.
Yeah. Also that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Oh no. Yep. Like how they're still like going with it. That's like how the show goes.
Oh no, Gale. I get the idea there that Gale Force is, and maybe it's because Gale Sayers, but like he's supposed to be like the ex-athlete.
Oh, I thought
Force.
Gale Force was like he's the weatherman.
It's a weather pun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weatherman pun. But like that was kind of a thing for a while in the 70s and 80s, if I remember correctly.
Those-
Was to have like the ex-star on the Moosecast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those discs are coming out at very unsafe velocities.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
They're probably just polypropylene, but still.
They were sparking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? Why you guys?
Yeah.
The Power Ranger putties.
Yep.
The colored putty.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's probably the
one
bit
dick
of
joke.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
one bit of toilet humor,
Yeah.
I think,
Yep.
right? As he gets punched in the balls.
But
I do
mean,
like that little joke about don't you know the choreography.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a little bit of toilet humor. But as far as an 8-year-old kid taking on a grown-ass man...
Oh, yeah, that's completely reasonable.
Right.
Out of the way, box.
Yeah.
Like and the other peasants are like,
That's a
are
great
you
thing to
okay?
yell. Out of the way, box!
And all of the things that he's doing right here are completely believable.
Oh, absolutely.
Schwarzenegger too, by the way.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger's just using people as projectiles in a moment here.
Yeah.
Ooh, popcorn.
Popcorn.
Oh, waste of popcorn.
I wonder if somebody has a gigantic cotton candy.
Or a
Move
fruit
that
stand.
gigantic cotton candy.
The cop
Yeah.
sounds like an actual Minnesota guy. Oh, knock on the
What?
sidewalk, man. I don't think so.
No.
8.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Vertigo.
I like that these guys are actually called demons,
Yeah.
according to the
They're the demon team.
subtitles.
Again, this still
That's
makes a lot.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this still makes. I don't know what it makes, but it's be amusing again if Myron is all in Arnold Schwarzenegger's head.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, conceivably, up to this point, he could have just all been in his head.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, he's secretly a mailman and not actually a.
Yeah, it's like a weird child version of
The
Fight
announcer
Club.
lady delivered that line, the use your jetpack line, as Kate McKinnon as Hillary Clinton. That's
Yeah.
how that sounded. This looks so bad.
There's a lot of movement in that booster facial thing. Facial
Yeah, it's
mask.
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. This is awful.
Yep.
This.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
Wow.
Terrible.
I did not remember it being that bad.
it's
so
gross.
bad.
Yep.
Like that didn't look bad,
No.
but the falling was real bad.
Yeah.
This looks okay
Yeah, I mean, you could clearly, like,
for
it's not
1996 for
great.
being 21 years
for
old.
21 years old, I'll accept it.
Yeah. Some parts better than others, but
Yeah.
Oof,
Oof.
that's rough.
yeah, it's
It's,
yeah. When he gets into like weird rear projection stuff, then it gets.
Yeah.
God.
I wanted to hit the box again.
A lot of the times, the fire coming out looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this movie hits the bad spot for special effects where, like, they weren't quite good enough to render him up close.
Yeah.
So it has the problem of the up close stuff looks extra bad compared to the further away digital effect.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like, he looked like he had been animated with stop motion animation when he fell, too, which was bizarre.
This is to remind you that there are black people in Minnesota.
Sinbad.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's just so bizarre.
Spine just shatters and shoots out of his ass.
Why?
Boom.
And your bones are liquid.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he would have been melted by his jetpack by now, but
Well, certainly.
Yeah. This just, like, the stakes for this movie escalate incredibly quickly.
Yeah, right.
They escalated quickly when the bomb started happening.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some peaks and valleys in this movie,
Yeah.
folks.
Okay, quick question. As far as participating in a parade, why was this particular tool necessary to be part of his costume?
Oh, the turbo ring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They probably had some part of the show where he's going to do something with it.
fair.
Why was a working jetpack part of his show?
I like that he falls into the police.
Yeah.
One, by the
Police
way.
car.
Yeah.
Police float.
Police float. There we go.
Car float thing. Everyone in their dress uniform.
How's he gonna pull the trigger? His hands are in fucking bags.
Yeah.
Gauze balls.
Possibly more ridiculous sounding than he does in Batman and Robin with his voice modulation.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad. Again, the fire looks pretty good, but the background is awful.
Oh,
That's bad.
There's a lot of reaction shots. This goes on for a while.
Yep.
It's a nice reindeer butt right
Yeah,
there.
Yep.
I thought they were gonna make some weird visual gag with the reindeer butt, but
That looked
No more. Please, no more.
Yeah.
But. So there's going to be a facial expression coming up. I want you guys to see if you notice.
no.
No. Mommy had to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mommy
mommy
had
and
a
Ted
powder
made up.
nose.
I had to go pet Ted again.
Sad child is sad. Yeah, but I'm a
Yeah.
dick.
All the other Padawans had their parents show up.
That's why I'll kill them later.
Oh.
Nobody blamed the lightsaber, James. I don't understand social issues.
Yeah.
What about the pod racing?
Jesus Christ.
All right, now watch the face of... Yeah, watch Rita's face here in a second.
Oh, yeah, it's great. She's
Yeah.
all, yeah.
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 She's getting moist over that fake musculature.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, she's so happy about the good dadding that's going
Yeah,
on here.
but she gave
Yeah.
him the up and down.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He got
Yeah.
eye-boned.
Yep. And he's like, oh no.
Which isn't really explained, but I love it.
No. Not at all.
Unless eggnog smells like barf when you spill it all over you.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, boy,
This is a good reaction too.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep. Yeah, I wish we would have seen what the cop was up to, like when he wasn't chasing Howard. Just like,
I don't think there's ever a point in this movie where he's not chasing Howard.
yeah,
Right.
there was an extra with a very impressive bushy mustache. He's lost now. We are not rewinding this movie. I'm not going to watch this movie
Here you go,
again.
Myron. You can give this to your son while you're in prison.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
kidnapping
You were going away for a
and
long
child
time.
endangerment.
Domestic terrorism.
Yeah. Vandalism, all sorts of bullshit.
Whatever felony it is to tamper with the mail.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's such a cheesy ass line.
Yeah. That's a cute line right
yeah.
there.
What? That's my husband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that line a lot.
All right. Yeah.
Of her just being like she's very excited.
She's very proud.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
This is really a great payoff to the end of this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But again, it would have been cool had both dads gotten similar payoffs.
Yeah. Well, he got the
Given
doll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
given
but he's
it-
going to prison.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Given a different story arc for Sinbad.
All right, so the stinger for this movie that's not in this, it was a final scene of them back at the house. It's snowing, it's night, whatever. He puts the star in the tree, And his wife's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!" And he's like, "You went through so much for getting Jamie something for Christmas. I'm just so excited to see what you got me." And it zooms in on his face, and he's like a shocking, like he didn't get her
That's
something.
a good stinger.
That's
then
a good
I like
stinger.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
set it up for a sequel as opposed to the sequel that was made
Larry the Cable
recently.
Yeah.
Guy. Ugh.
Yep.
Girl at Parade.
Puppeteers. Wow, man, that
Reindeer.
a lot of people taking care of that deer and Booster probably.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our Christmas episode for this year. And view again, brew again, starting with Ryan.
Brew again first. Yeah, I really like this beer. I've had it a couple times before. It's a solid stout from a brewery that I very much like drinking their beers and going to their brewery in Traverse City. View again. Yeah, I actually still have a lot of fun with this movie. It's almost not bad enough for us, but it is.
It's not a good movie.
No,
but
it's not. But it is thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, I'd throw this on. This is a good holiday movie for me. Yeah, I'd watch this again. This a lot to like. A lot to like.
All right, I'll go next. Brew again, yeah. We are entering full-on dark beer season, so I'm very happy. And this is just a solid, unpretentious stout. It's got a lot of coffee. It's on the drier side, which is what I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing big, and there's nothing like big and expensive or bold about it. It's just a
It's
solid
got solid
stout.
character. Yeah.
Solid character stout.
Yep.
View again. I think it'd be kind of like our Christmas movies from last year, maybe in a group setting, or just something in the background at a party or something like that. Growing up, I didn't know anyone else who knew of this movie.
Huh.
Or maybe it's just I was never talking about Christmas movies with my friends, but
Maybe.
yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, that's about all I got for that. What about you, James?
All I have to say
Brew
about
again.
that.
Yeah. I still think it's. I don't know, for whatever reason, it seemed a little overcarbonated for me. But your comment that it's a dry stout, that's a good point, Max. It's a very easy to drink stout.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. I really like the coffee flavor of it. It reminds me a lot of my very favorite stout, which is Pipeline Porter. Or I'm sorry, stout, but coffee beer, I should say, which is Pipeline Porter. Which is a really, really strong coffee flavor. Because I think it's really easy for coffee beers to devolve into almost coffee ground taste as opposed to coffee taste. And both of these, the beer that I mentioned and this beer, very much avoid that.
Yeah.
They taste like
Good
coffee.
Mm-hmm.
View again. Yeah. This movie surprised me in that it wasn't the movie I remembered it being.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this enough that most Christmas movies to me are not movies that I will sit down and do only watch. Almost all Christmas movies are movies that I have on while something else is happening. There's only, they're not movies, but Katie and I have two traditions for Christmas, which is that on the way driving to Holland, we listen to the Santaland Diaries by David Sedaris. And then when we get back to our house, we also, on the way there, we also listen to the Fat Man on Batman holiday episode where they narrate 2 episodes.
Oh, the Justice League and the Batman Holiday Nights.
Yeah, they do. What is it? Peace on Earth, Holiday Nights, and Christmas with the Joker. And then we also watch those episodes. So those are the only. That's the things we sit down and we watch that. But
okay.
I don't, and maybe it's just because I've seen it so many times, but I don't ever need to sit down and do nothing but watch A Christmas Story again. A Christmas Story can be on, and I'll laugh at the leg lamp part and a couple things. But I don't think I'll ever really sitting down and watching a Christmas movie is not something that's really a thing that for me. And this kind of falls into that. I would put this into my Christmas movie rotation.
Okay. As far as Christmas movies like that go, my rotation, I think, is I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Probably is my favorite Christmas movie. I will sit down and watch that movie. I enjoy the humor of it. I enjoy the dysfunctional relatives that the constant bickering and whatnot. Just it's a very, very solid movie in my mind. And I'll watch that one every year. I tend to watch Batman Returns on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Because that's a Christmas movie. I'll watch Christmas Story if it's on. Like, usually someone in my, used to be when I lived there, household would be watching that movie at least once during the holiday season. And it's got some good moments. I still would have liked to see that movie if Jack Nicholson was cast as the old man.
Oh.
Which apparently was what they originally wanted, which would have been interesting. Because he goes off the rails at some point. It's
Right.
just like his anger and such. And I don't know if maybe Jack Nicholson would have been too much for that movie.
Yeah, could have been.
But because he does anger very, very well.
True story.
Oh wow, they had to get permission. He's the Captain America mule, according to the blah 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 credits here.
Credits.
Well, this would be pre-Comics Crash, right?
Right around that time, but I don't think Marvel had entered its financial troubles yet.
So they were still kind of riding high on being able to throw their weight around a little bit at this point.
Yeah, it's right on the cusp based off when they started this movie probably.
Okay.
So, but I think that wraps up everything for this episode of Good Brews Bad Views. Hope you guys have a happy holiday season with whatever the hell you celebrate or don't celebrate. We don't care.
Yeah, you do you.
Yeah, and have a happy New Year. We'll see you in January, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
You hear us in January.
Yeah, you'll hear us again in January, or whenever you just decide to download one of our other episodes. All right. Thanks for listening. Catch you guys later.
And as always,
check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Podbean. Subscribe on iTunes. Like and review us. We appreciate that. It helps other people find our stuff. And send us your hate mail or your movie suggestions or beer suggestions.
Yes, please.
To any of those fine places, or at goodbrewsbadviews@gmail.com.
Oh,
hey,
here
the
it
singer,
is.
Hey,
the
the
singer
singer's
is in
here.
here.
Stinger's
Okay,
at the
wow.
end.
All right.
Yep.
GBBV.
Yep.
GBBV
Back to the-
emergency. Headsets back on.
Yeah.
That's-
But extended cut, this is right before the credits happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Here
We'll
it
watch
comes.
it now.
Hugging.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to finish the last of this beer.
That's funny. I didn't
Yep.
know.
One of those secret stingers.
Yeah.
Do. Keeping on talking.
Ooh, what you
Brett
got,
Dead
lady?
Air while my co-hosts listen.
Yeah.
Just a great reaction.
Yeah. Look at that face.
Yep. And then just a good pull on Arnold. Yeah.
Yes. That's great.
Quick pull up. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Excellent.
I like it.
And that was something I hadn't seen until I caught this on TV one time and saw those extra scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I think we're done now.
Yeah.
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 All right.
For real.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah. As always, please watch
And drink
responsibly. Adios.